Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today I've just got another mail opening of stock for my online store, and today we're doing the first drop of our Christmas stock because I actually am going to order some more stuff despite the fact that I wasn't even planning this much stuff, although obviously I was planning on doing a December order. So we've got two orders here technically, but it could have just been one big one the way things have turned out, of figures. Mostly wrestling figures as usual, but we got some die-cast cars as well. Actually, yeah, this one is mostly wrestling figures, to be fair. But we're going to get into this first order, which is down here. This one presented me with a little bit of a moral dilemma, because it's just a box of two different figures. And both figures I was going to ask for Christmas. You know, it does make sense for me to order them in as a shop, but I didn't know what else I wanted to ask for, so I was really like, do I or do I not? One of them I'm literally saving like £8 on compared to, you know, what someone would buy in from Smith's to get for me. So, you know, it really did just make more sense for me to order them in. And the other one was more of a debate. Apparently we've got that one first at the top. The other one was more of a debate because this one was only like £2 cheaper than Smith's because of how cheap Smiths sell these for. And that is the WrestleMania Jake the Snake Roberts action figure. Now, about 3 years ago, this sort of time, the Greatest Hits Jake Roberts came out, and I bought that for the sake of having a Jake Roberts, but I never did like it. And now this is a better Jake Roberts. I could order in before Christmas, and then we can see how many of those we can get out for Christmas. And yeah, I'm still not hugely in love with this one. I still think it's quite boring. I guess I'll probably have this one where the box is slightly open. Thank you, Mattel. Look at that. It's not even that the tapes come loose. Like, one of the tabs isn't in or anything. Like, it's just, Jesus Christ. I mean, thankfully, the whole reason why we've ordered these is because Jake Roberts always ends up being valuable again. So we should be able to sell them no matter what, even if we have to sell it as damaged box or whatever. But if the paint job's fine, I'll just keep this one. So yeah, WrestleMania Jake Roberts Elite. Again, not the most interesting attire. It's not terrible. On anyone else who had, you know, less funky gear than Jake Roberts did over the years, it would probably be a pretty interesting one. Just black and silver. Obviously, he's had some very nice, fiery, brightly coloured kind of gears over the years. But this one doesn't have a stupid head, unlike the Greatest Hits one. So, you know, huge upgrade there. And like I say, these really should sell, at least eventually. So, we've got these listed on eBay already. Something's rattling around in there. That's not good. I mean, the Builder figure is now behind... not only behind this, but there's actually like a wall in there for some reason. Just extra packaging, I guess. Extra paper waste. So I guess that's one of Sam Roberts' hands, maybe? Yeah, he's got two hands and a head, so yeah, maybe there's a hand rattling around in there. Oh god, what a disaster right out of the factory, Mattel. But yeah, the rest of the wave, we've got Seth Rollins, Stardust, and John Cena. I didn't see any of them selling particularly well, but obviously Jake Roberts is always going to end up being valuable again. So we'll see if we can get some out for Christmas, and then otherwise it can just shelf warm like all the other stuff I order in for the shop that doesn't sell straight away. And the other thing we got here, arguably mandatory, arguably a base point necessity for a wrestling figure collection. Any wrestling figure collection that has Ultimate Editions in it, at the very least, should probably have this, because everybody loves him. Everybody misses him, and it's an unbelievable figure. It is the Ultimate Edition Eddie Guerrero. Again, I was going to ask for this for Christmas, but again, I thought, well, they'll sell. It makes more sense for me to order them in. They cost a lot less that way, obviously. And there it is. Beautiful purple gear. Eddie Guerrero, Addicted to the Heat, Scarface t-shirt. We even got the Texas Bull Rope. We got two very handsome head scans and one screaming one. And this particular one has some black dots on the breast. And yeah, probably could be better painted. This probably won't be the one I keep. But yeah, Ultimate Edition Eddie Guerrero. Such a nice figure. And it kind of still has the really stocky shoulders of the Ultimates, which they've sort of cut down on recently. But it suits Eddie because he was absolutely enormous at this point. Like, he was all shoulders. You know, so yeah, it works. Maybe that's why he still has it, I guess. Really beautiful figure, really, really cool. So anyway, yeah, so the Jake Roberts figures, unfortunately, because of how much they cost to order in the first place, I'm going to have to charge about £27 for those. The Eddie Guerrero is going to cost £33 on my eBay store. In fact, I say it's going to, I've already listed them. But if you want to order either of these in, I can do a special subscriber deal. So the Eddie Guerrero would be £30. Same price as in Smith's, but support small business, support your favourite YouTuber, all that sort of stuff. Jake Roberts, I'm not sure. I'm probably like 25. I know obviously that's still not a great deal. Maybe 23. Still not a great deal compared to Smith's, but there's not an awful lot I can do about that. But the issue there, of course, with a recent video is obviously I've lost access to all my socials. So how you're going to message me about that, I don't know. But if you are interested, drop a comment and then I'll work it out later, because I don't think I've ever once sold a product because of one of these videos. So we'll work that out when it becomes a problem. So next we got some more Elites. We only ordered these because I wanted to order some more of the Disney Wintertime cars. More on that in a more. But to get the minimum order threshold, I thought I'd order in another wave of Elites. And none of them that they seem to have just of one character seemed like they would sell as well as any of them. So I did in the end just commit to a full wave. Unfortunately, the box arrived open. I guess the sellotape split. So this isn't really a surprise to me anymore. I know what's in there. And I'm not going to lie, it's not the best wave in the world, but it could be worse. And it's definitely worth getting in a wave for Christmas. I wasn't planning to, but yeah, there wasn't really anything else to order to get these cars. And when I tell you the story of these cars, it kind of makes more sense. It doesn't make sense spending the amount of money on ordering a full wave just to get those. But yeah, when it's Christmas, you know, sales, figures, all that kind of stuff, you know, it's just worth doing. It's just, yeah. So it's Elite 120. So we got the really nice Cody Rhodes. I mean, I don't need a Cody Rhodes in a suit, and I definitely don't need another Cody Rhodes in a suit to exist, but look at that belt. Really nice belt. In fact, I don't think I need that belt. I'm pretty sure it comes with Superstar Billy Graham in the Best of the Territories era pack, which I somehow own. But yeah, really nice figure nonetheless. Should sell for the belt at the very least. Yeah, I don't know how popular suited Codys are, but they're probably more popular with the belt in there. We got Lola Vice, of course. Not really someone I know much about because I don't really watch the product anymore. But yeah, cool enough. We got another Cody. We have got, and I'm sick of seeing him, this could literally be a re-release of one of the ones I already have sitting shelf warming in stock. We got a Roman Reigns. So I have 3 different types of Roman Reigns in store right now because they sell so well. That's why they're still in stock. That's why they keep producing them. I don't know. It would help if I had liked the guy at any point in his career outside of the Shield, but I haven't. We have another Roman Reigns. We have one that causes me slight concern. It's an LA Knight. Now, LA Knight is very popular. LA Knight is my guy. But LA Knight gets reduced like hell in Smith's. So I feel like it could be a while before I can get these sold. But, you know, it is what it is. It's not a bad gear. I usually like white and red. But I'm pretty happy with my LA Knights. Maybe I'll keep one of these and sell my Ultimate Edition. I don't know. I'd probably rather keep the Ultimate Edition for the articulation. But yeah, this is a nice gear. You know, if that's the more practical option to use up one of these. And because the Ultimate Edition would sell, I don't know. Like, maybe that's the play. But yeah, still not super sold on the head. Like, I feel like they got it right the first time on his original basic, and then they've just kept trying to do a different one every time, and they're all just not as good. I do kind of like the one where he has the colourful kendo stick as well. That would have been worth keeping, I think. But I don't know. I can't just keep every copy of LA Knight. You know, it's a problem. So we got another LA Knight. And then we got someone that does absolutely nothing for me, but I'm hoping will sell anyway because, you know, Wyatt 6 stuff. We got Joe Gacy, and obviously the box is damaged. Why wouldn't it be? Mattel! I don't even order an excessive amount of figures from these guys, and the 2 boxes, 2 damaged figures. 3 boxes in probably what? Like, I probably ordered like probably less than 10 total boxes of figures from Mattel, and 3 of them have had damaged figures in them. Joe Gacy, Jake Roberts, and multiple Greg Valentines back when I ordered those in. And of course, this is the one-off. Of course, this is the one we were hoping would sell anyway. I don't know what this guy's going to fetch on eBay, but we're going to have to try and plan around that damaged box. It's really, really super annoying. Really sour note to end on there. End the wrestling figures on anyway. Honestly, Mattel does not make this product like appealing. There's not a lot of money in them, as I've mentioned many times. There's, you know, obviously you get a lot of factory errors on the actual figures now. You unbox a figure and you go, wow, this thing doesn't actually move anymore. Jesus H. Christ, sort it out, Mattel. That's all I'm saying. It's really not difficult to produce a product in a relatively fine capacity when you've done it for however many years. You know, they did Decade of Domination and all that stuff. They got so excited about advertising that they'd been doing the Mattel line for 10 years. And now all of a sudden, a couple of years after that, everything is shit. So, whatever. Anyway, the Disney cars. So, these are Disney Pixar cars, Wintertime cruises. Now, I've ordered these in a few times for myself and my nephew. I recently listed a load of them that I still had listed on eBay on Vinted, and most of them sold like immediately. So I kind of wanted to order more in anyway because there is a second wave that we haven't seen at all. But I also kind of wanted to order more in once they sold immediately. You know, all you had to do was wait until next Christmas, list them on Vinted for retail price. Who pays retail price on Vinted? Everybody's out for bargains. I mean, not even just bargains. Everybody takes a piss on Vinted. That's just outright. A £90 item? What about £1? How about that? So, yeah, but then one of the Vinted sales, basically I've had a slight inventory error. You know, I never hide the fact that I don't have a lot of space. I don't have the most ideal inventory system in the world. A Sally and a Doc Hudson have sold, and I don't have them. And basically, I've eventually tracked that back to a previous Vinted sale, and then I've not updated the inventory on eBay, and then I've relisted them on Vinted thinking that they were still in stock. And partly I blame eBay because there is a jump on the page of multi-listings on my laptop and my computer. So if you go in to change the quantity, it just boots you out. That's so much use. That's brilliant. So there's a very real chance, and I'm pretty sure I remember doing this, that, you know, I've gone in to change the quantity, not being able to, and then just forgotten about it. So, anyway, a buyer bought some from me, bought the Doc Hudson and the Clutch Kringle, and they were so, like, nice. They were like, oh, thank you so much. I was like, I didn't do anything. All I did was list the item. All I did was have it for sale. And she was hoping that they would arrive by December 1st. And I think with in-post, it should still be absolutely fine. We've got about a week. But I was like, look, I've messed this up, but I am going to order some more in. So I ordered a whole box of wrestling figures in, technically just because this woman was nice, and technically because I wanted to, and technically because, I mean, it is Christmas. It makes sense. It makes sense to get some wrestling figures in. I probably wouldn't have ordered that wave if I had any choice in the matter, but this is the hand you dealt. You buy a random assortment, you get damaged box Joe Gacy. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. As I say, there are some Wintertime cruises that were missing because there's a case I've not yet seen. I imagine this is going to be the same case we've had twice already, but let's find out. As long as there's a Doc Hudson and a Sally in it, everything's okay. Yes, it's... No! It is the other wave! No, it isn't. Okay, it isn't the other wave. It isn't the other wave, but there is good news. So, we do have the usual assortment. 2 Maters, 2 Sallys, 2 Doc Hudson. So we got one out to that buyer. We've got a Sally out for the other buyer. If I can work out where her backing card is. We've got a Sally for the other buyer, so we can get those sent out. Other than that, it is the same wave. We got 3 Lightning McQueens, which I do still have one of, so I've got 4 of those now. We got a Snowmobile, which is, you know, very cool. Bit less common, because you only get 1 in a box. We got 1 Clutch Kringle. Previously, we had 2 Clutch Kringles in these boxes. But that's fine. And we got 2 Mater, which I think is the best one. It's so cute in his little winter hat. We got the second dog Hudson, the second Sally, but most importantly, some good news, but not great. We still don't have the Ramon, we still don't have Luigi and Guido, but because my nephew already has this one because I bought it for him, I have Sarge. Yeah, Sarge isn't the best. It's just kind of got like, I mean, I was thinking that his headlights were kind of like reindeer antlers, but they aren't really actually. He's just got a white cap. He's just got a white back. Yeah, it's not the best one, but it's part of the collection, which means I need it. It also means, worst case scenario, I've got my Christmas special sorted. I'll just do that. So yeah, other than that, I got nothing for you guys today. That's everything for this video. So if you did see anything you like, drop a comment, let me know. And yeah, check out the mail openings playlist for more wrestling figure mail openings, store mail openings. Check out the channel for more wrestling figure stuff, etc, etc. I don't really know what to say when I'm doing a store one. You know, if you're interested in wrestling figures, go check out the mail openings playlist. Check out my eBay store. I don't intend to put that in the description, but hopefully I'll remember to put that there today. And if you do like the look of anything, drop a comment here. Don't message me on eBay. And that is more or less everything, I think. So thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.